Woohoo. I'm gonna have to call fire department here. Okay, you settle down over there. I may have to dose that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dose it. Oh, it's just too much. It's gonna get out of control. Oh gosh. What am I doing? Okay. Okay. So I've had words popping up. Free treating. And what came to me for you guys, Scorpio, is depravity, like deprived kind of a thing. Hi, Nisha. Ha 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 ha. Good. I'm doing fine. Hi, Butterfly. Hey, Muriel. Wonderful. Let's get your shuffle up. We won't hesitate. Here we go. All right. This is for Scorpio. It's a general free public reading with the sun Scorpio, month of August, which begins tomorrow in this year 2020. What's coming in for the month of August for the Scorpions? A brevity. Something going on there. Scorpios being, what I'm hearing right off is you really have to extend yourself and put forth a lot of great effort to doing things the proper way, the right way. That's what's coming through for you guys. You can take shortcuts, but they wouldn't be right. Almost immoral, illegal, not right. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. Not that you're going to break the law, Scorpio, but this is a general free public reading. It's for everybody. It may not resonate or mean a darn thing to you at all. So don't everybody go off the deep end and get all personal. It's not a personal reading. That part of it, the brevity, may not even apply to you, but it's going to apply to somebody. The last one I just did was Libra, and the word for them was passion. And what were the first two cards that come up? the Queen of Wands and then the King of Wands, and both. The Queen, she's all about passion. I just about fell off my chair. I said, oh my goodness, Spirit is hot tonight, kind of a thing. So, this is for Scorpio. You may be tempted this month, some of you, to not follow proper protocol. Okay, getting a little bit brave, and some of you are a little full and too self-assured of yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Don't get mad at me. Not my thoughts. So I got to ask Lilith if these are indeed your cards. One moment. I'll bring the camera down. All right. Lilith, this is a free public general reading for the sign of Scorpio for the month of August, which begins tomorrow in this year, 2020, are the top 5 cards as the deck is standing. The cards that are meant for the Scorpio general reading. These the cards that'll resonate the most? Thank you very much. She's pretty sure of herself. Very first card here. The overall energy for the month of August, Scorpio. Oh boy, the Tower. Destruction. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Second card, wealth and finances, the Knight of Wands, and activity. I just heard you need to do some legwork. Third, hearth and home. What's going on here, Scorpio? You got the vortex. Temptation. I don't know, Scorpio. The fourth card are your challenges. If these things weren't challenging enough, you're in the state of limbo. It is the Hanged Man. So, the last card is your message from Spirit. Oh my goodness. The Nine of Wands and defense. Defense or defense? And that is your spread. There you go, Scorpio. That's your spread for the month. As things stand at this moment, things change. So, destruction, activity, temptation, limbo, and defense. All right, let's get back to our window. Okay. There. I think that's okay. All righty, here we go. Oh my. Excuse me. I just got to adjust myself so I can make sure that I can still walk when I get out of this chair. Oh. Okay, so the Tower. In the Rider Waite deck, it's the literal tower, but in the Oceanic, it's a ship caught. It's a ship at sea caught in the perfect storm. Ship at sea caught in the perfect storm. Wow. It's for you, Scorpio. I'm very sorry for those that this may end up applying to. So, when the tower falls, where did it go? When the tower falls, you will feel like your world is collapsing around you. Lightning strikes, and there's very little that you can do other than to accept the chaos and the change that it brings. This disaster is not your fault. You need to know that. You may be in shock at first, but this event is also a breakthrough for you. It brings about changes that otherwise never would have taken place or happened. That's going to work in your favor. You got to go through the mud, right, to get to the clean end of the pool, you might say. You could be in shock at first by developments, but this event is also a breakthrough. You're being given a chance to see the world in a very different way, change your perspective. Your perspective is changing. Additionally, the card may signify issues with your property and challenges to your security. You may be feeling kind of vulnerable financially and also in your relationships as well. Here's your advice: surrender to the universe, give up control, begin to construct a brand new way of working and of thinking, relating to others, relating to life, or just living. You now have the freedom to start over and a strong foundation on which to rebuild whatever it is that has fallen in your life. It's repairable. End up being better than the first time round. You can repair this. Keywords are breakdown, endings, chaos, surrender, breakthrough, beginnings, and following beginnings. And they start new beginnings is due to enlightenment. And that's having your eyes wide open to what is real, what is true, what is grounded. No sugarcoating here. No sweet toppings on to soften the blow of reality. This is reality. And in the bigger picture, this is going to pay off for you. It doesn't feel like that right now. It doesn't look like that right now. But that's the trail that you're on. So you got to make sure that you're walking the straight and narrow yourself. You can't go off nilly-willy doing whatever you feel, whatever you want, and expect some kind of a payback or reward. You have to continue to think about other people, all right? You have to look at what is it that you're carrying on your end, because you're carrying something on your end that has an effect on everything that's in front of you. It just does. Dealing with other people, situations. But enlightenment is what gives us hope here with this card. You're not coming out in a dark tunnel. You're coming out into the light. You're going through something, transforming, inner transformation going on. As the card says, viewing the world in a very different light, seeing something differently. Maybe it's COVID related. You believed and followed one way. You were pretty sure. Now that's been shaken. Maybe new information has come to light that affects you in a personal way. That could be very well what it is. So that's the overall energy. You're being encouraged to be a little more quiet than you normally would, because you're going to be spending a lot of your time more listening than speaking. You need to have your spidey senses turned on and tuned in more than ever. That's part of it as well. My baby's in the yard. Where's my baby? Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Hello, sweetheart. How you doing, baby? Are you enjoying the backyard? That's nice, sweetheart. What a good boy. You get a drink of water, you're panting. Get a cold drink of water. Revive yourself a little bit, baby. And he is. Oh, my God, he's so smart. You go right to his water bowl. What a good boy. There, you can go run around some more now that you've got a good drink and replace the water that you might have broke out. He's so smart. Your month is going like this, Scorpio. There's some unrest, there's some blocks, there's some things you need to face off with. Stare it down, settle some things that have not been settled to bring yourself your own peace of mind. Stop pushing things into the background that should be up front and center and you should be dealing with, to bring you more inner peace, even to know that you've done everything and you've done it right and you've done it in the best way. So The next card we're looking at is your finances and your wealth, and wealth covers your health. Are you wealthy in health? Are you wealthy in friends? Are you wealthy in love and in family? These sort of things. So we're going to go to the back of the book. We're into wands here. So with the page of wands, or the knight of wands, I'm sorry, it's not the page. It's the knight. There's no more waiting around when this knight arrives, as every aspect of your life receives a sudden energy boost, and this is in the best of ways. Expect a download of emails, messages, calls, decisions, offers, opportunities. Your lines of communication, whatever they may be, are going to get very busy for a bit. You got a lot going on here. In addition, another meaning, I should say, of the card is, of course, travel and moving house for some of you. And you'll find that you're now able to move quickly. The advice: choose which people, situations, or projects will benefit most from the effort that you put into it and the attention you pay. So stay grounded, and if you do, you'll make some better, greater steps towards success overall. Hi, Jan. Hi, Butterfly. Hey, Jan. Don't spread your energies out. They'll become thin and weak. Concentrate and focus one issue at a time. Not only that, it'll prevent you from getting overwhelmed. So when you take on one issue and you want to clean it up and straighten it out, you do that. So even if you're not getting the results you want, you know that you gave it your best, and that's all you can do, and you can release it. You see, I've done my best to fix this, you know. So give yourself some slack there. Your keywords: energy and movement, passion, focus, balance, communication, relationships. You're going to need the sun energy boost, and you're going to want it, and you're going to welcome it as well. Get out of there, off my camera. I see you doing this, Scorpio. I'm going to do what I can do, and I'll know when to stop. I'll know when to give up. I'll know when to continue. Allow yourself to be led through and by the universe when it comes to dealing with sensitive situations and people as well. It covers all areas. So, tightening up your financial belt is going to help you as well. Ask yourself what are needs and what are wants. There's a difference, and that will help curb your appetite for spending or for shopping right now. You need a little bit more self-discipline in that area. Watch your money. The next card, your hearth and your home. And I am sorry for whoever this applies to. This is just like the devil card and the Rider-Waite. Same thing. The card normally very strongly represents addictions in any forms that it comes in at all. But the main overall common meaning of this card is affairs, especially affairs of the heart. We're not just talking a one-night stand or a fling, but it's of the heart, which is a lot more serious. Okay? For those of you that are struggling within a relationship in that way, or within addictions in any way, shape, or form, the implications are right on the card. Okay? Right on the card. Look how close. Just look how close they are to clear, calmer waters. You never give up when you're trying to achieve something, because if you do, you'll never know how close you came. So you're either going to save your relationship or you're going to walk away and start again. It's all in how you're seeing life. It's what it means to you. Maybe somebody's had this problem before in the past with the same person. Maybe this is where you draw the line. You value yourself and your life so much more than putting up with these occasional little sidesteps from your mate. who has you convinced there's nothing wrong with it. They have no intention on leaving you, but it never occurred to them it could work the other way, that you'd be leaving them. That's possible. That can happen, which will it'll not upset the balance in your personal life and in your home life. It'll just be something different. There'll be a shift and a change here. Okay? 1 minute, I get the generic side of the card. Don't usually like seeing that card very often. Thank God it doesn't show up all the time. I just heard a weird noise in my backyard. I don't know what it was. Okay. The vortex is revealing that you have become trapped. You may feel enslaved by a job, enslaved by a financial contract, or enslaved by love and lust. As I said earlier, a common meaning of the vortex is affairs. This situation means that you could feel like you have little power and that another person or other parties have control over you. You may be feeling attracted to a person or a situation, but you need to know this. It's not going to do you any good because it's not for you. It's not. For this reason, another meaning of the vortex is addiction, and it could be to substances or love itself. However, your bondage is an illusion. Nobody has control over you. You don't have to live a life that you don't want to because somebody else seems to hold all the cards. No, 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 no. No, no. You can decide to break free whenever you truly do. And if you do, you might have a few regrets. Telling yourself, I wish I'd done this sooner. I could have saved myself some time. Don't get mad at yourself for trusting others, having faith in others, and them breaking that. That's not your doing, it's theirs. You got to remember that. Everything comes straight from you, straight from the inside of you, your heart, your energy, your honesty. That's all you can do. You wipe your hands of it and you leave it in the hands of whoever or whatever situation and pray and hope for the best, that everything works out for the better. Thank goodness it's a general reading. It's just not going to apply to everybody. The advice: if you decide it's time to break an agreement or a habit, just do it. Do it, because it's going to be easier than you think. Don't let your circumstances dictate who you are at all. You take back your power and your right to be you. Nothing less. Keywords are choices and contracts, control, power, affairs. There's restrictions and addictions. So that's interesting. And that always happens. In the home sector, we end up with a card like that, and that's not even the worst. Now we're into your challenges for the month of August. Should there be any challenges, this is where it's lying. This is where it's at. We got the Hanged Man, and he's hanging in limbo. He can't move. He can't do anything. And you may feel like you're running up against brick walls with this card. The different things that you try that just don't pan out. They just don't work, no matter what you do or how hard you try. And that's because they're not meant to, right? They're not meant to they're not meant to work out, not in that way. There's something different in store. So, you know, the Hangman actually brings you a reprieve in the sense of getting a break, getting some downtime to catch your breath, to straighten your thoughts out so you can know what it is that you're doing. But the meaning here is in limbo, all metaphoric. When the Hangman arrives in your reading, Scorpio, you cannot move forward. You're going to find yourself, for some of you, stuck in limbo. And you may be waiting for a decision to even be made, or generally feel that some aspects of your life are on hold as your relationships and projects seem to be static. The lack of control can leave you feeling very frustrated, and you may decide to reach a compromise rather than hang around much longer. That compromise is a quick fix, and quick fixes only fix things for an instant. And when the moment passes, you see you've gotten no further ahead. Don't take shortcuts. Don't do that. Don't take the easy road. Don't do that. You take it on for what it's worth. However, the hangman is asking you to stay calm and think through your options rather than rush to find an instant way out of a bind. This need not be time wasted after all. There's some good that can come out of this, some enlightenment. Surprises within yourself. Boy, am I ever glad I had downtime, because I ended up thinking through something that I couldn't think through before, and now I've got the answers, so I know which way to go. I know how to handle this. If it wasn't for this downtime, I may not have turned or tuned into that, but continued to just wrestle with it. Some enlightening moments, you know. Why didn't I think of this sooner? Why didn't I try this sooner? Sooner's never too soon, so why not do it now? The advice: use the time waiting to see your situation in a brand new light. Take another approach, another way of looking at something. It gives you better understanding, especially if there's other people involved. Find alternative perspectives. You may find a very ingenious solution, or you could gain some real valuable insight. Keywords here are waiting, time, frustration, sacrifice, insight, purpose, and viewpoints. That's your challenges, the hangman, for the month of August. Wow. The last card, never least, never least, is the Spirit card, the message from Spirit. We've got the Nine of Wands. Nines are all about over-the-top reactions, over-the-top actions, to the point you go, that's intense. That was to an extreme. Intense is the word, because nines are all about intensity, whatever it is that you're going through or dealing with. The nine is seeing you and watching you exert yourself to the fullest, protecting your work, your job, your property, or otherwise defending your own actions. You may have made sacrifices in the past, and you may feel that you need to justify these by staying put. That's standing your ground, standing by what you claim, standing by what you've said. But you need to ask yourself this as well. Excuse me. Wow. You may need to ask yourself if you're holding on too tightly to a decision or something that you've made. Due to fear? Is this a need for constant vigilance? An exhausting habit rather than a free choice? See what kind of wiggle room, if there is any. All right? The advice: protect what is yours by all means, but free up your thinking. That way you can create some mental space and start planning for your future. So it sees you going through the mud, all the extra energy you're putting in to move ahead, to take care of things and to do it right. And at the end, you'll be able to start making some plans for the future. Your future's not over. You haven't hit a brick wall. You just have some things that need taken care of before you can realistically begin anything new. But you will. You'll have the energy to do that. Your keywords are determination and challenges, sacrifices, hard work, protection, rigidity, and fear. The bravest people in the world still move forward, especially if they fear something. That's called bravery and courage. That you did it anyway, kind of thing. Even though you were afraid. The Scorpio. What are you doing, honey bunny? What do you got? I don't know what you're ripping at, but I'm not liking that sound. There you go, Scorpios. The month of August may seem a little challenging, maybe even a little dark. It's not the end of the world, and it's not going to stay that way either. Things are going to get better. They truly are, but you've got to put the work in to push through. There's a lot of stuff for you to push through. You'll find it challenging. Good for you, Lalilas. Good. You're welcome, Mary. You're very, very welcome. Like I say, it's a general reading. Not all of that's going to apply to you specifically, just maybe some of it or maybe none of it. And if it's none of it, let's hope that you're on the better side of things. You could say, I don't have to deal with none of that. It's all good for me, you know, this sort of a thing. But it's about taking the bull by the horns instead of shying away and turning your back on situations or people, but facing them head on. Get these issues and problems and situations straightened away once and for all. When you're almost there, you can start planning for the future again. All the tomorrows are to come, and they'll all be good. You're a force to be reckoned with, Scorpio. And if you need to reach out and sting somebody, you will. Only if it's called for. There's no other way of getting around. But you don't have the patience of having that kind of time, maybe that you did before, to give to situations or people. Now it's straight to the point. It's one start and one end, and you go straight out all the way once you start. There's no stopping, there's no reconsidering. There's making some very concrete decisions and following through, no matter what. For the few of you that are being affected in negative ways, ways that are stalling what you're doing, you've got to clear the way. And don't be trying to make shortcuts to what it is you're looking for. You need to use the tried and true path that's well worn before you. There's a reason for that. It's the way to go. And that way you get everything done, accomplished in the right way. The perfect right way. So I won't talk any longer. How long have we been here on Scorpio? Because I want to get through these. 33 minutes. I think that's long enough. Thank you all you Scorpions, for being here. Thank you for your patience, your time, your support. I hope you get something out of this. For those that have issues in front of them, I hope you get through them very, very easily. From what I'm feeling here for you, as long as you apply yourself at 100% and you're sincere in your application to take care of people or problems or situations, the easier it's going to go for you. If you do a half-assed job, you get half-assed results. That's the truth of it all. So, if you haven't joined the channel yet, please do remember to click the notification bell so you don't miss any more posts by Bay of Fundy Fortunes. Don't forget to click the thumbs up on the way out. And if you're on Facebook, come on by. Pay us a visit. Everything there is pre-approved, from joining the page to and the group to even if you want to do some posts within the group, make sure that they stay within the essence of the group. Don't go off in left field. It's got nothing to do with tarot reading or esoteric or heaven or the goodness in life. Don't go way off in left field. So there's some guidelines when you first come into the group. And the big thing about it is it's a very closed and very private group. So everything stays confidential within just us, right? And as I always say, it's full of a couple thousand like-minded people that are just like me and just like you. So you've got something to relate to. You've got a tribe there waiting for you. They'll make room for you. It's a wonderful place to be. Remember to keep your integrity and your goodness up front and center. Whatever your intentions are, make sure they're good and they're right and they're proper. Always. The more you do that, the better life will get for you. All right? You're living beneath the microscope of the universe, and it's watching and knows you inside and out. You can pull the wool over anybody's eyes, but never with the universe. It doesn't work that way. You need to remember that. That way, you keep yourself out of trouble. So, all I have left to say is please take care of yourself. Please stay safe. Don't let your guard down when it comes to COVID. Keep your social distancing going on as much as you can. Just use your common sense. Doesn't mean you have to stop living. We're seeing the people that you love. You can still do that as long as you use your common sense. Please keep the peace in so you can share your love and your light out with the rest of the world. I wish you all the best of the best. And coming up shortly is Sagittarius. I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. You're very much appreciated, and the universe is favoring you too.